Timey kangaroo down sport. Timey kangaroo down. Timey kangaroo down sport. Timey kangaroo down.
Good day, mate. This is Ron Compton, the Video Services Coordinator from PMRF Barking Sands. I'll be down under for a few weeks, so please leave your name, message, phone number, and I'll get back to you upon my return.
Timey kangaroo down sport. Timey kangaroo down.
June 1993, PMRF Barking Sands is tasked by Com Subpac to do the video documentation of harpoon firings in the Timor Sea. The major staging area of the op would be Darwin, Australia. Harpoons would be fired from the RSS Valiant, from Singapore, the USS Mobile Bay, and the USS Bremerton. A P-3 and S-3 were scheduled to launch, but suffered missile failures. While PMRF has supported such operations in the past, never has all the equipment been packed up and transported thousands of miles to another country and then out to sea. The mission was to record the launches and target hits, transmit the video live, and then edit the video for post-op brief. This brief would also include photos and view graphs produced by the PMRF crew. After arrival in Darwin, the PMRF crew of Wolfgang Kneidl, PH-1 Bill Howell, and Ron Compton sampled the life of the Australian outback. The fun in the outback would be short-lived as the task at hand and life aboard the USS Independence begins.
Arrows on this one. Can you tell where you are here? Let's go about here. I think we're trying to go over here. I think it's this way. No, it's not. It's just over here. Come on, follow me. Take that over.
As the USS Brunswick moved the target into position, the video gear was set up and tested in preparation for tomorrow's operation. The Independence's Sight System crew assisted in the setup of the live video feed. Range surveillance and telemetry was provided by an RP-3 from Naval Air Warfare Center, Weapons Division, Point Mugu. In Phase 1 of the exercise, the RSS Valiant and the USS Mobile Bay would fire their Harpoon missile at the Scepter target.
You bastard, I got circus.
The chase planes were piloted by the men of VFA 192 and VFA 195. Both missiles struck almost simultaneously into the Scepter.
3, 4, 2, 1. Here it comes, I see it. Got it. There's the F-18, I see one. And I just up control, you have the fire line right underneath you. Is that both aircraft? Good impact. Yeah, 3DA. Is that both of them they threw? I saw the F-18 on the left.
The Mobile Bay's Harpoon passes between the pilot house and the tower aft, striking the net. Followed quickly by the Valiant's Harpoon, which strikes the Scepter boat on the starboard side and exits on the port side, 3 feet above the waterline.
Control 1-2.
This footage shows the Scepter damage to the netting caused by the Mobile Bay's Harpoon, plus the inner and exit holes from the Valiant's Harpoon.
Hit the net, tumbled over, and the other one popped up, went through. Can you mark on top of it, see if you can see where it penetrated it? There it is, right there, underneath the mast. That's where it went through. You see it? Yeah. Port side, we can see it. Bring your turn around, sir. Okay.
Phase 2 would be a sub-launched Harpoon from the USS Bremerton.
It should be coming up pretty soon. There it comes. Beautiful. Excellent. Let's come back right. Bulldog correct. Target. Got the missile. Right over it. Shot right over it. Bulldog went right over the target. Right by the target under the water.
The Bremerton's Harpoon struck the Scepter from the aft, hitting the tower support beam.
That's a negative. It flew right over the target. Roger that, sir. Okay. You still want us to go down in BDA? Are you just taking video? Yeah. All right, listen. Yeah, it looks good, though. I don't see any damage.
I just see that one hole like that.
Damage to the tower is shown by the bent and missing angle irons on the port side of the tower. Immediately after the operation, all the footage is brought on board the USS Independence. The editing process begins going long into the night, and the next day, back in Darwin, Australia.
It will run on here, but when it gets to that point, it's
After finding a step-down transformer and replacing some burnt fuses, all was made ready for the wash-up brief at the Royal Australian Air Force Base in Darwin.
why I said we better make it.
The conclusion of the brief showed that everything during the op went smoothly. Lieutenant Carl Graham, Flag Strike Ops Officer, had this to say about the PMRF video crew.
The real VDA came from the helo going down and coming back up again. Good input from them. We were able within, actually on the first shot, we had live video coverage in TFCC. We watched the impact. PMRF guys did an outstanding job. These guys did a great job with pictures, as you can see. I think that's a major lessons learned too, is we've got to have coverage overhead the target. Those two hits were discernible when they inspected it and got to the target, but it's very easy to construct a scenario where you have two hits in the same general area and there's just no way to know whether one of them hit it or missed it. And with the video like that, it's a piece of cake, you can tell right away.
With the exercise complete, the long, complicated task of getting the crew and all the equipment back to Hawaii begins.
But the problem was when we flew in, the Continental didn't cancel the return flight, and so when we thought we had a reservation tomorrow, and it's all been canceled.
Finally, the airline situation is straightened out, and our crew enjoys its 20 hours in Sydney to get some rest and see some of the sights.